Greetings, gentlemen. I must say I have grown fatigued by these deliberations. We have been in session for 3 grueling months. Nonetheless, I am still hopeful as to the compromises that will be made here today. Let me be clear when I state this, and please hear me well, gentlemen. I am not in favor of enslavement, yet I do not see the discontent that has been shown with the importation of slaves. As I have stated before, the public good does not require an end to the trade. It is the state's right to import enslaved people, and I personally see no point in extracting that right since, as I have previously stated, it is expedient to have as few objections as possible to the new Constitution. I know some of you good sirs, like Mr. Mason, will disagree with me, but I welcome that disagreement. I want to form a compromise while also moving this business along. I must inform you, gentlemen, that I agree with Southern states. Most boldly, I see no propriety in the public seizing and surrendering a slave or servant than a horse. I've said this many times before. It seems New England is willing to support the right of the Carolinas and Georgia to import the slaves they could not do without. South Carolinians suggested that they will also support New Englanders' demands for congressional power to regulate all commerce in return for their helpfulness. All in all, good sirs, prohibiting the importation of enslaved peoples will divide the states and ultimately cause our session to never end. Objectively, how should these slaves be counted into state representation? I've stated this prior. Equal representation of each state is important not as a principle of justice, but rather to ensure the survival of independent state governments. That is how we keep our republic, and is not that the biggest compromise of all, gentlemen. I suggest that it is in our best interest not to ignore these inhabitants, as that could call for a collapse of state governments. Solemnly, these people need to have some form of representation to balance the scales of society. Maintaining commerce, government efficiency, keeping our republic, and coming to a compromise on these issues is my goal and purpose in the matter. Thank you.